radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. The headlines. Government approves publication of Tobacco Control Bill of 2025. Chingola Council clarifies clearance operation at Kasompe Army Firing Range. And Burkina Faso accuses Nigerian Air Force of violating its airspace. This bulletin is live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, and live on our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie. President Hakainde Hichilema has officiated at the 2025 International Anti-Corruption Day commemoration held under the theme Uniting with the Youth Against Corruption, Shaping Tomorrow's Integrity. Speaking during the event, President Hichilema emphasized that young people are central to the fight against corruption, describing them as the inheritors and guardians of the nation's future, who embody innovation, resilience, and determination. He stressed the need for Zambia to strengthen its resolve to cultivate a generation that refuses to tolerate corruption. This, he said, can be achieved in part by expanding education and outreach programs in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and cooperating partners. President Hichilema further highlighted the importance of leveraging technology to enhance transparency and improve investigative capacity through modern digital systems. He acknowledged the invaluable support of partners such as the UNDP and other stakeholders in these efforts. He reaffirmed the government's firm commitment to confronting corruption, past, present, and future, while fostering a culture of integrity.
They remained in their homes without going to school. Just imagine, 10 years from now, what do you think those girl children would have become? At 13 years old, they will be carrying also children. Children are carrying children in their tummies, sired by another set of children, male children. This is what this day and period is all about. It's not about these speeches. It's about the life of that girl child. The opportunity taken away by greed, by those who have a blurred understanding of what is not theirs, they convert it to be theirs. That's the issue. That's the subject here. And we need to remind ourselves of those issues. Now we're employing over 40,000 teachers. In 4 years, we've employed over 40,000 teachers because we're sealing the leaking bucket.
The government has announced that Cabinet has approved the publication and introduction in Parliament during the current sitting of a bill entitled the Tobacco Control Bill 2025. President Hakainde Hichilema convened the 24th Cabinet meeting of 2025 on Monday, 8th December 2025 at State House to deliberate on key policy and legislative matters aimed at advancing national development. Speaking during a press briefing, Minister of Information and Media and Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Mwetwa said the objectives of the bill include protecting present and future generations from the devastating health, social, environmental, and economic consequences of tobacco use. Mr. Mwetwa explained that the bill seeks to address nicotine addiction and exposure to harmful emissions from tobacco products, nicotine products, and nicotine delivery services. It also provides guidelines for the packaging and labeling of tobacco products, tobacco devices, nicotine products, and nicotine devices. He noted that Zambia currently lacks specific legislation to comprehensively safeguard citizens, particularly young people, from the health, social, and environmental impacts associated with tobacco consumption. Cabinet further agreed on the need to enact legislation that reflects international best practices in the regulation of tobacco products, tobacco devices, nicotine products, and nicotine delivery services.
Resilience and adaptation. At the same time, community assets such as deep tanks, roads, storage facilities, and dams under the revised Cash for Work program contributes to increased productivity of targeted communities.
The Chingola Municipal Council has issued a statement to provide clarity and context regarding the clearance operation carried out on 8 December 2025 at the designated Army firing range in Kasompe, Chingola. According to the council, the land in question is and has always been a legally designated military security zone reserved for essential training and operational readiness of the National Defense Forces. The boundaries of the area are clearly demarcated and well known. The council confirmed with regret that 10 structures were affected during the recent clearance operation. It stressed that these structures were erected illegally without permits and in direct violation of the law. This was not the first clearance exercise conducted in the area. Authorities noted that previous illegal structures had been removed following due legal process and the issuance of notices, only for few ones to be constructed again. While emphasizing that law enforcement is mandatory, the council stated that it is not insensitive to the humanitarian impact of the exercise. The local authority outlined several immediate steps it is taking, including verification of affected households, dialogue with concerned parties, and a call for cooperation and understanding. The Chingola Municipal Council reaffirmed its commitment to the safety and development of all residents. Police in Kasama have reported a slight injury road traffic accident that occurred on December 9, 2025 at about 09 hours in the Luabwe area, approximately 25 kilometers south of Kasama along the Mpika Kasama Road. According to a statement issued by Police Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilabi, the accident involved a Toyota Land Cruiser, registration number BAB 3022, driven by 64-year-old Bernard Kabemba of Chongwe Township. Mr. Kabemba, who was traveling from Pika to Kasama, escaped unhurt. Mr. Chilabi stated that the vehicle had 3 passengers on board, all of whom sustained slight injuries. Mr. Makebi Zulu, aged 43 of Foxdale Township, Lusaka, Mr. Chandakawe, aged 45 of New Kasama, Lusaka, and Mr. Richard Musukwa, aged 55 of Lusaka. He added that preliminary investigations indicate that the accident occurred when the driver, due to excessive speed, lost control of the vehicle, causing it to veer off the road and overturn. All casualties were attended to at Kasama General Hospital and have since been discharged.
South of Kasama town along the Mpika Kasama Road. The accident involved a Toyota Land Cruiser, registration number BAB 3022, which was being driven from Pika toward Kasama by Mr. Bernard Kabemba, age 64, of Chongwe Township. Mr. Kabemba escaped unhurt. The vehicle had 3 passengers on board, all of whom sustained slight injuries. Mr. Makebi Zulu, age 43, of Foxdale, Lusaka, Mr. Chandakawe, age 45, of New Kasama, Lusaka, and Mr. Richard Musukwa, age 55.
The Ministry of Health has expressed concern over the growing trend of individuals fabricating stories alleging mistreatment by medical personnel, particularly on social media platforms. In a statement, Ministry of Health Principal Public Relations Officer Georgia Chimombo reminded the public that while every patient has the right to dignified and professional care, health workers also deserve to operate in an environment where they are treated with respect and fairness. Ms. Chimombo cautioned that making false allegations against health workers is unethical and unlawful, warning that such actions may attract legal consequences. She emphasized that genuine complaints or concerns regarding misconduct must be submitted through established official channels, which ensure that all cases are handled with transparency and due process. She further informed the public that many health facilities are equipped with CCTV cameras. In cases where complaints are filed, the ministry will review available footage to ascertain the facts and make an informed determination. The ministry urged the public to refrain from creating misleading content or spreading unverified claims of mistreatment in health facilities, noting that such actions erode public trust and undermine the integrity of the health sector. Zesco Limited and the Smart Zambia Institute have signed a memorandum of understanding MOU aimed at strengthening the country's digital infrastructure and supporting the delivery of public services. Speaking during the official signing ceremony, Zesco Managing Director, Engineer Justin Longo, said the goal of the partnership to provide clear rather to provide the infrastructure needed to power digital public services in a manner that is reliable, sustainable, and nationally impactful. Engineer Longo noted that ZESCO will play a facilitative role through its subsidiary Fibercom, which will lead the implementation of the project. He explained that Fibercom brings extensive technical expertise in telecommunications infrastructure and is well positioned to manage the design, construction, and maintenance required under the agreement. He added that ZESCO will work closely with Smart Zambia through a joint project management committee to ensure the collaboration is well coordinated, measurable, and results driven. Engineer Longo said ZESCO stands ready to support this important national effort, not only with infrastructure but with its continued commitment to innovation and inclusive development. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Absa Bank Zambia has officially signed the 2025 Collective Bargaining Agreement CBA with the Zambia Union of Financial Institutes and Allied Workers ZUFIAO and the Bankers Union of Zambia BUZ in concluding salary negotiations for unionized employees. Speaking during the signing ceremony, Absa Bank Zambia Chief Executive Officer Mizinga Melu said the agreement represents more than a procedural formality, noting that it reflects the bank's commitment to protecting the dignity of its employees and ensuring that the outcomes of the negotiations demonstrate real progress. Mrs. Melu said this agreement is not just a document, it is a commitment to ensure the dignity of its members is upheld and that the results reflect meaningful advancement. And speaking of the same event, Zufiao Vice President Marina Mwape emphasized that the ceremony signified more than the end of the negotiation process, describing it as a testament to the power of dialogue, collaboration, and shared commitment to labor rights. Ms. Mwape added that the labor movement remains confident in the progress achieved through collective efforts, noting that the 2026 collaboration awarded union members a 3,000 kwacha increment across the board. Ends the business news, and in news from across our borders, 11 Nigerian military officers were briefly detained in Burkina Faso after their aircraft made an emergency landing in the country, Burkinabe security sources told the BBC. The Air Force C-130 aircraft entered Burkina Faso's airspace on Monday without authorization, according to the country's territorial administration minister, Emile Zebo. In a joint statement, the military governments of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger said their prompt investigation confirmed the violation of its airspace and the sovereignty of its member states. But the Nigerian Air Force, NAF, said the technical problem meant the plane, which was en route to Portugal, had to land in accordance with safety procedures. And in sports news, Chipolo Polo head coach Moses Sichone has described ongoing preparations ahead of the AFCON as satisfying. Sichone said he is happy with how the players are sticking to instructions and quickly buying into his tactical plan. The coach said this shortly after conducting a training session at Unilas Silverest campus this morning. He said the players are executing instructions and showing good response to his tactics. The coach, who is expected to name his final 28-man squad tomorrow, has called on fans to support the Chipolo Polo, saying the team is made up of both young and experienced players. Sichone declared that the Chipolo Polo boys will not be going to AFCON as mere participants but as competitors. He, however, regretted that he won't have the full squad sooner, with FIFA allowing releases only on December 15. The coach hopes to have a full house during the Spain outing to make key squad assessments before AFCON. And strikers Fashion Sakala said the team is prepared to get out of the group stage as their key target. Sakala, who described Group A opponents as tough, said the team will be equal to the task, especially that they already had good friendly matches against South Africa and Angola. And now, the weather.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Machinga and southern provinces, including northern part of eastern and eastern part of northern province, mainly cloudy, slightly windy, and mild with isolated rainfall and occasional thunder. Lower Pula, Copperbelt, Central, Northwestern, Western, and Lusaka provinces, as well as southern part of eastern and western part of northern provinces, cloudy, slightly windy, and wild with a chance of rainfall and occasional thunder. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. The government has announced that Cabinet has approved the publication and introduction in Parliament during the current sitting of a bill entitled the Tobacco Control Bill 2025. The Chingola Municipal Council has issued a statement to provide clarity and context regarding the clearance operation carried out on 8 December 2025 at the designated Army firing range in Kasompe, Chingola. And finally, 11 Nigerian military officers were briefly detained in Burkina Faso after their aircraft made an emergency landing in the country, Burkinabe security forces told the BBC. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie Banda. Enjoy the rest of the evening.